At Alterra Mountain Company, Kids Ski Free Week is back, and it's the perfect reason to plan your next family ski trip. From December 6th through the 12th, kids can ski free at 15 incredible North American destinations, no strings attached, and no purchase necessary. It's 7 full days of lift tickets for kids 12 and under at 12 destinations, and tickets for kids 17 and under at Stratton and Schweitzer. So grab the gear, pour the cocoa, and let your little ones lead the way. Whether they're new to the snow or already flying down the hill, this is their week to shine. Pick the participating mountain of your choice and head over to their website to claim your free kids lift tickets. Find all participating destinations in the show notes for this episode.
Welcome back to the Ski Moms podcast. It's season 5 and we're hitting the slopes. We're sharing real, unfiltered stories of motherhood on the snow, from conquering the bunny hill with toddlers to squeezing in your own powder days. This season celebrates every type of ski mom. Thanks for joining us. We've got a great season lined up, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. The Ski Moms are so excited to have Jordan Watts on the podcast today. She is the co-founder of Jorde, a modern ski apparel brand. If you've followed my Instagram, you'll have seen lots of it on there. She's the head designer and an ex-ski racer. So we are going to hear her founding story. We're going to hear about Stowe, Vermont, and we are just thrilled to have her on. So welcome, Jordan.
Thank you so much. You know, it's funny. I'm an avid podcast listener, but I've never done a podcast. So this is really fun.
Well, we'll take it easy on you. So we always start with origin stories. Where and when did you learn to ski? Did you love it? Tell us how you got going.
Yeah, well, it's a funny story. I was actually born in Texas. That's where my parents were living at the time. And so they took me to Vail to ski for the first time. And I think I was probably 2 years old. And I think they really wanted me to like it. You know, they only took me on really sunny days, frequent hot chocolate breaks. Always left me wanting more, they said. They said I really liked it. I mean, I was too young to remember. I can't believe they got me on skis that young. My parents are huge skiers. My mom she has a freestyle background, you know, big mogul skier. And then my dad was actually on the US ski team. So they really wanted me to like skiing.
Just casually drop that. This is what happens to Nicole and I. That's very impressive. It sounds like you were definitely born into this. Yeah. And tell us more about, as you grew up, you said you became a ski racer. I'd want to hear how that happened coming from Texas.
Yeah, so when I was probably 3 or 4, we moved to New Hampshire to a ski town where Loon Mountain is. And so I loved ski racing growing up. We did the program at Loon Mountain. And then for high school, I actually went to Brook Mountain Academy, just like my dad. So that's kind of where I fell in love with Vermont. Yeah, I really, really loved it. And then, eventually went to UVM. I feel like if you asked me what I wanted to do when I was younger, I would have said Olympic gold medalist, ski racer. And then the second thing I probably would have said was fashion designer. So I think it all kind of worked out.
I think you're the second or third Berkey we've had on the podcast. We have a lot of Ski Academy information that we do share with our audience, but maybe you can kind of talk briefly about what the Academy life was. There seems to be this kind of chip that kids have, that they're independent, they're kind of driven, they're success-oriented, that ends up at these academies. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it was a pretty incredible experience. I mean, going to a school with only 60 kids, you really become like brother and sister to everyone. And it's just a really cool environment. I mean, just talking about Berk specifically, I mean, there was no internet in the dorms. I don't know if that's changed now, but that was what it was like back in the day. And, you know, you go to school, kind of shifts every day, but you go to school in the morning, you take your classes, and then you have training in the afternoon. Some days it's the morning, but it's really fun. I mean, your teachers are your dorm parents, but I have to say it is really competitive, and it kind of bleeds into every aspect of going to school there. It's not as much of a team sport, so it kind of like makes you really individually competitive, but I think it taught me a lot of great lessons in life. I mean, I have really great time management skills because you barely have any time in the day to like get your work done, tune your skis, do training, do your workout in the gym. So it's pretty crazy. But I would say I mean I always say I want my kids to go there, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll want to be ski racers. Who knows?
Yeah, we know that there's a lot of great qualities and things that you all learn from being at a ski academy, but it definitely has its challenges as well. Like you said, it's an individual sport. Did you ski race in college?
No, it's a funny story. I took a gap year and I was on a team of like 6 girls out in Colorado. We skied out of Copper Mountain, and it was pretty interesting. I It was almost like I needed the Burke schedule to kind of keep me in love with ski racing, and I mean it was probably just like I loved my coaches at Burke. I loved all of my friends at Burke, and then I think it was just a little too much skiing when I took a gap year and there was kind of nothing else to ground me. And so it was funny. I was actually going to CU Boulder, and then UVM was like my backup school if I got injured. And I was like, "Oh, that will like," or I mean, who knew? Fell out of love with ski racing. But actually, that happened, and so I ended up just going to UVM. And my mom lives on the East Coast, and my dad lives on the West Coast, and I'm best friends with my mom, so it was just an easy choice. But it was the best decision ever.
And then, so you went to UVM. Did you know that you were going to be a designer? Did you have this seed early on, or did that passion hit you later and the idea to turn it into a business?
I really loved fashion. Like, once I was kind of done being a ski racer, I was like, "Okay, we're gonna find internships in fashion. We're gonna do all this stuff." UVM probably wasn't the best school for that. I didn't really think about that when I was applying to colleges, but, I did what I could. I worked at Commando, just an awesome brand from Vermont, and then a few other internships here and there, but then after school, I actually got a job in luxury ski fashion. And, I was kind of it was a small company. The US branch was a small company, and so I was kind of had a lot of different types of jobs within the company. I was technically in sales and marketing, but I was also kind of doing executive assistant, administrative, things like that, handling some of the budget and I was also working with the sales team. And then towards the end of my time there, I was a full sales rep for this brand. And so I kind of saw so many parts of what it took to be like a really successful luxury ski brand. The only thing I didn't have my hand in was design. And that was what I really wanted to do. I would just, draw on my little iPad all of these designs. And actually my boyfriend at the time was like, "You should really do something with this." And I'm someone who really throws like my whole personality into like what I do every day. And so I really love this brand. I They weren't really giving me all the opportunities I wanted. And so I was like, "You should do this," because my boyfriend, now fiance and co-founder, he was like, he wanted to start a brand or a company. He has a really entrepreneurial family background. And so he said, let's just go for it. So we did it together.
Well, I am actually a huge fan of Commando. I'm always trying to get Nicole to get us to do something with them. I have so much of their stuff. It's like amazing. And I think it's so interesting. It's a Vermont brand.
Mhm. Yeah, and they've grown so much.
Yeah, I was thinking like what would be the other like fashion brands in Vermont? There's probably not many. Skeeta, we could count. Okay, so now you and your then boyfriend have decided you're going to start this company. What does this look like? Is there a big whiteboard? Like I know when Nicole and I were starting this, there were sticky notes. It was definitely a little chaotic. Like just paint a picture.
It took a lot of time. It wasn't, like, instant. It was like, we thought it might be a little easier than it was. And we would take, like, full weekends from, like, Friday afternoon to Sunday night and just, like, really dive in deep and, like, ski wear is tough. It's not something you can start with just a couple $1,000s and really it has really high minimum order quantities, and the the items are just really technical. Our ski jacket takes 42 steps to make. I was talking to our manufacturer recently, and he was like, "It's tricky." And I'm like, I know." But so anyways, it was a slower start than we wanted. It probably took us about a little over a year and a half to really get things going and, like, incorporate the brand, everything. So we had some support from friends and family, and it was tricky trying to convince people that like this is something that's is really great, and there's something missing in the market, especially at this price point and with these designs. And
Tell us about the price point and the aesthetic of Jorde so we can help the consumer understand.
Working in luxury ski wear, I kind of took a look at everything, and I said, I feel like things are really flashy and kind of over designed. And I felt people wanted a more classic design, maybe more simple, but also still had that kind of attention detail, like those little details that make something so beautiful. Like, for example, all of our trims are monochromatic, customizable. It's not just like the standard black trim and like cuff you would see with every colorway. So, and especially at our price point, you see a more standard design for ski wear. I mean, we are a little bit more on the luxury side, but also taking that luxury silhouette and just kind of removing some of the frills. We don't need fur on it. We don't need suede on it. We just like want that gorgeous classic look that's going to last for years, because women don't always buy ski wear every year. You want it to be classic. You don't want it to be too trendy. But we do love those matching sets.
Did
Yeah.
you hear that, Nicole? Women don't buy ski wear every year. So say that out loud. That Nicole is definitely not hearing that message. But is this the outfit I saw Nicole wearing that was like the bright green?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that green. I actually was looking at that online at some point
Mhm.
because I just think the colors were so like how do you decide? Like how is that done? Just like piles of swatches?
Yes, exactly. I mean, picking the colors is the most fun part, because you form a whole color story. Everything has to work together. You try to look at it as if it's hanging on a rack. Because it's hard. Sometimes I want to pick like all my favorite colors that I like, but they don't always work together. So that's kind of the beauty of designing a collection. And I follow trends, like maybe like a little bit of butter yellow might be popping up this season. But other than that, I just try and find like just really beautiful colors that you don't see very often on the slopes.
Okay, I'm going to take a minute to defend myself. Sarah, if you skied, it was 92 days last season, and if you add in Portillo, it was 100. You would never wear a sweater 100 times in one winter, the same sweater. And I also think psychologically, when I am wearing a cute ski outfit, I ski better. I mean, there's got to be a science behind that.
Yes,
Jordan,
yes.
Jordan will support me 100%.
I mean, it's anything. If you like your outfit, you're just, you're gonna have a better time. That's what I feel.
1,000%. So I do want to talk about a couple of the features that I love because I've worn it dozens of days out on the mountain.
Mhm.
We'll start with the jacket. I do love the monochromatic zipper. I love the hood on it, that it will fit over my helmet. So on those super cold days, I, put the hood up, and that makes a huge difference. Has the just right amount of pockets. What else? What am I missing? Other features on the jacket?
Well, I think it's all about the fabric too. The fabric is just so amazing. I mean, we use a manufacturer that's been making chemical-free fabrics for over 20 years, kind of like before anyone else did it. We're really lucky to find them. And we have this like really durable, really soft kind of fabric that, is completely PFA free. And people have really commented on it and been like, this is incredible fabric. I mean, you just don't really see it that often. And it's good. It's really nice to find those materials because it's just like they feel so good when you wear them. And, I've had so many ski jackets over the years. So it's so fun to just find your favorites of everything and just put it all together. We have the invisible pockets here. We add a powder skirt, although I never use the powder skirt, but I know other people do. Yeah, and we actually improved the hood. We made it just a tiny bit bigger this year to really fit over all size helmets, which is really great.
So does your line, is it jackets, ski coats, and pants? Are there other products available as well?
Yes, so we do a full piece suit with a belt, which is really awesome because we were really focused on the price point of this one. you really don't find a ski suit that's under $1,000. Ours is priced at $650 and still trying to get that luxury feel, but also like you're not breaking the bank for a few ski weekends, especially with the ski suits. People like to buy those for their trip to Aspen or Deer Valley. So we were really focused on that. But also next year, we're adding a lot of new products. We have a bib, which is really fun. And then we have vests and some base layers, hats. Very
Oh,
exciting.
awesome. I love bibs and vests. You're just speaking to me here. How about sizing? Because can I find this in some stores locally? Because that's one thing I have ordered some online
Mhm.
from different, some brands and tried them on and be like, whoa, this is like completely out of line with, what I was expecting. So can we try them on locally some places, or how do we make sure we're ordering the right sizes?
Yes. Well, sizing was tricky, definitely our first year. I mean, we had a lot of reviews and feedback that said our pants just ran a little bit too small, and then maybe our jacket ran a little bit too big. So we changed that. We made the pants a half size larger, and then we made the jacket a half size smaller, just so that, there was so much we had so many people exchanging sizes that we just thought maybe it was best to just update it so that there's not as much confusion next year. And that was something, we had to learn our first year. Sizing isn't always perfect. But yeah, we have a few stores in Vermont that sell, a few in across out west. In Stowe, we have Pinnacle Sports, and we also have Cocoa Goose in Manchester. And maybe some events will happen this season, but we also sell a store in Aspen. It's called O2. It's this awesome yoga studio that has incredible retail as well. And yeah, a few others, but yeah. And we offer free exchanges, free shipping. So if you need to order a couple sizes, we can absolutely do that.
And can a consumer get a hold of somebody at Jorde, either on the phone or via email? Like, I get a little frustrated with the chatbots because I don't know if I'm asking the questions wrong. But is it possible to have that more interactive experience with somebody who knows the line really well?
Oh, yes. I mean, just email our support email. I mean, I get those all the time, and it's actually me answering them, but, 'cause it's helpful as the designer. And they tell me how they want it to fit, and, I'm pretty good at figuring out what size they would probably be. So, yeah, just email us at the support email. That's awesome.
And then I do want to talk about on the cuffs, it's genius. There's this sort of rubberized insert, I don't even know how to describe it, that really it would be like where you would bang your boot against your other boot, and it does protect the fabric. That is super clever, and it's also beautiful. If you look at it closely, there's this embossed print of a mountain with the brand name on it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, well, this is actually my favorite part of the design of the pants and the suits. It's funny, I've never seen a colored ankle patch, always black, and I think that's what really surprised people. I mean, that's kind of how I was designing the brand, just kind of do designs that are really simple, but you've never really thought of before. And yeah, I mean, it also just adds the chicest little touch. And yeah, protects your the fabric from ripping from your skis.
Finding the perfect gift for your ski-loving family just got easier. At the Ski Moms, we've curated our favorite ski-related items to save you time and make shopping easy. Head to theskimoms.co/gift-guides for our ultimate holiday shopping destination. Whether you're shopping for ski moms who deserve something special, ski dads who live for powder days, or ski kids ready to shred, we've got you covered. Browse our hand-picked collections featuring stocking stuffers that fit any budget, the best ski toys for little ones, must-haves for teens, fine gifts they'll actually love, all in one place. Visit theskimoms.co/gift-guides today and check everyone off your list.
Okay, I totally want to do a Ski Moms pop-up event where we go ski at Stowe and then we come see Jordan's collection. It sounds like so much fun. I definitely need to see all these new things. And tell me about the the name. Did you guys combine your two names into one? Is that what happened?
Well, so my co-founder's name is Jackson, and Jordan, obviously, both J names. It wasn't as crazy as you think. We were just we were thinking of all of these things. We really wanted it to roll off the tongue. And I was actually really inspired by Stod. If you know the brand Stod, it's founded and designed by Sarah Staudinger. And so kind of just taking an element of my name and making it a little bit different, adding the E. So yeah, that's how it came about. We thought it was just really catchy. And I thought it was really clean, just like one syllable.
And just going back to where we can find all of this, because I feel like people are going to want to look at it if people can't get to Aspen or Vermont.
Mhm.
I'm assuming there's a website directly. And are you on other retail websites as well?
Yes. So we have our own website, shopjorde.com. And then we are sold on Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Backcountry this year. Really exciting. And then we're also going to be on Revolve this year. Yeah, big things happening. And then, yeah, we're also, we have a store in Sun Valley. We have, we try to hit like every ski resort. So, and then, yeah, Big Sky, Bluebird Big Sky, there's this gorgeous store there. And yeah, but we're really excited about our new online partners.
Well, that is awesome. And we hope we can be some sort of partner with you as well.
Mhm.
With all this going on, how do you stay inspired and forward thinking? Because I know when you're working in a brand, you've got to think about, okay, analytics of what happened. You've got to think about the present, like what's our action, what are our strategies for right now? And then you also have to be thinking about, I need designs for next year. How do you stay organized and inspired?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, we definitely have a giant whiteboard in our living room, just like constant ideas and things so we don't forget. I just finished designing our winter, not this year, but next year's collection. And I also just finished maybe a different season, hopefully. Hopefully that'll go through. But it's really tough because you can't really rush the design process. You can't just be like, this is exactly what I want to do. Because you just need time to think through, think about what people want to buy, think about what people bought the most of last year, think about what didn't do as well. So sometimes I design something that's like so crazy and I'm like, I look at it and I ask a bunch of people and they're like, I think you're the only one that would buy that. And I'm like, okay, that's, so it can be really tough. But luckily, I mean, in being in Stowe full time, it's really nice because it's really quiet and really calm here. And, I go for walks in nature every single day. So I'm kind of just always thinking. It's just nice to really have that time to think because designing collection, I mean, it usually takes me about 2 months, just like all said and done, because I'm always changing things, always making sure that everything matches. I'm like, I'll get stuck for 3 hours on like what color I want that button to be, So it's not always easy, but I'm getting better.
Since you are you're selling an active lifestyle, you're selling
Mhm.
joy in the winter and getting outside in other seasons, it sounds like that's coming. How do you make sure that you have time for those walks and those skis? How do you protect that time in your day to make sure that you're fueling ultimately what inspires you?
Yeah. Well, it's nice. We have we have a dog, and so that always helps us get outside more because I really think my co-founder and I, we would just like sit and like do work all day, even on like a gorgeous, beautiful day. When our dog just sits by the door and is like, "Can you please take us out?" So but yeah, it's hard because 'cause I'm like, I don't need to go for a walk right now. I need to finish this, but it always I mean, there's science behind, like, you can see your brain, like, fires up more after, like, a long walk. I think about that, and then I'm like, "Okay, I gotta go outside."
But it sounds like just being co-founders, like there's a lot to that. You wear a lot of different hats. I love that you're the one responding if I'm asking what size I am and
Yeah.
fixating on a button color. Like you're doing all of it. But how many people are working at the company right now?
It's just 2 of us.
Okay, so it really is.
You count my mom, who likes to come and help us ship packages.
Count your mom.
She's employee of the month for sure. And we have a PR person, a PR woman who lives in Aspen. She's a really great part of our team. but, she has a ton of other brands she works with, but we like to include her as well.
Sarah and I can come up with some great interns for you too.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
please.
all the seniors at our school have to do an internship before they graduate, so we might be sending some people your way.
Oh my gosh, please. That would be
Okay,
really fun.
but you do live in one of our most favorite places,
Mhm.
Stowe. It's what you people envision of Stowe, it's true. There's these beautiful streets lined with independent businesses. There's one chain, I think a Starbucks just came in.
I
But
know.
other than that, it is all of these cute coffee shops and boutiques. And it is truly boutiques where they bring in, all of these different brands and it's curated by, somebody who has great taste. And then the restaurants and snow will gently start falling as you're looking at the bookstore. It really is that charming. So why did you pick Stowe? I've just sold it, but do you love it for all of those reasons?
I do. I mean, I came here for races all growing up. Like I thought it was the most beautiful place. Actually, my co-founder fiance grew up here. So he has a bunch of family around and it's just so fun. He has, I think, about 16 nieces and nephews in the Vermont area. So it's just really fun. I mean, he loves it here. We lived in a few other places. We did a little bit of time in New York City, and then we actually lived down in Manchester, Vermont for a little, which is also beautiful. And then yeah, we were like, I think this is the place we're gonna land for a while. And it's just amazing. I mean, it's a 5 mile 6 mile rec path in town. And I mean, now we live like 5 minutes from the mountain. It's incredible. I mean, the public transportation, we just walk down to the end of our hill, get picked up by the bus, and then we're on our way. Feel really happy here. It really feels like home. And we're actually getting married here next year.
What are some of your favorite places to go in Stowe? Because I mean, that's part of the beauty of it too. There are so many options to eat, to have drinks. There's bowling. I mean, there are a lot of fun kind of after skiing activities. Give us some of your tips.
Well, I mean, I love Edson Hill. Edson Hill is just a charming. It's just gorgeous. I mean, we last time we were there, we drove up the little hill and there were just three massive deer just staring at us, like probably 5 feet away from us. And I was like, are those real? Oh my God, they're real. It's just magical up there. I love my favorite breakfast place is Butler's Pantry. It's a must. I mean, and I also just love the village in Stowe. I mean, if you're going for a ski trip, you have to stay in the village, just at the Spruce Peak Lodge. It's so fun. So, yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Spruce Peak is pretty amazing for families because you have complete confidence that your kids can explore and they will not get into much trouble. They have a climbing wall there as part of the kids center. There's the ice skating rink that's right there. Spruce Peak has a huge outdoor pool, enormous, and it is also the hub where you can get hot cocoa and there's roaring fires out there. It really is sort of that picture perfect Hallmark movie ski destination. You're going to pay for that privilege and that excitement for sure. Any tips on like favorite places, maybe if you wanted to stay off mountain?
Yes, I mean, Top Notch is great. They have a great spa. Let's see, I mean, yeah, Edson Hill, if you want that, like, that cabin experience that's really elevated, it's a little bit on the pricier side. But yeah, those two are really great. I'm trying to think where else. There's a lot of really nice kind of like elevated mountain motels that have popped up and all these like little tiny cabins, things like that. Those are everywhere in Stowe. So
Yeah, there's a lot of good options. We used to stay somewhere like called I think Green Mountain Inn, right in the
right.
town, and that was great because they have a pool
Yeah.
and they had these great condos with laundry and stuff, and there was a candy shop right there and a pub, and that was another area that I thought was like really great for families.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're right in town, you have Salt right across the street there.
Mhm.
I love that Stowe has like a big Pilates studio now. I mean, it's not big. It's small, but it's really, really cute. I love it.
Okay, so let's talk about your perfect, let's say you put your design for the next season to bed and you've got a little bit of time before you're going to launch into your next set of tasks and we just got some snow the night before. Explain your perfect ski day at Stowe. What does that look like?
Well, I think I think if it's perfect, we're getting up early and we're getting first chair. And, I'm an ex-ski racer. I love corduroy. So probably gondolier, which is the trail right under the gondola with fresh tracks. That's pretty amazing. And then you got to take the quad up and you get breakfast sandwiches at the lodge right at the top of the quad. That is ideal. It's like the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had. Ski for a few hours while it's not busy. And this is a weekday because Saturdays are tough. Saturdays can be really crowded at Stowe, but also really fun because all your friends are there. But yeah, if it's a weekday, ski a few runs and then to the office. I think that's a perfect day. Oh, and also get some content of Jorde.
Have you spotted your brand out in the wild? How does that feel?
I have. It's so fun. And I love when I'm wearing it and people are like, where can I get that? And I was like, it's a Vermont brand. And yeah, that's really cool. And I also get a ton of pictures of people like, oh my God, spotted, and it's so fun. And I love that people tag it on Instagram too. It's so fun. Yeah, it just warms my heart.
And then we'd love to finish off with a question about après-ski. So let's say this is a weekend, you're skiing with your friends. You don't have to go back to the office. What are you, a mocktail girl? Do you love a good cocktail? Or are you pouring yourself a red wine? Is there cheese involved? What does après-ski look like for you?
Oh my gosh. Definitely an Apparel spritz. Definitely. And then truffle fries. Truffle fries are the best après-ski snack. Yes, that is the best.
I think we'd agree with that. That sounds like right up our alley. I think we're on the same page with that.
Jordan, is there anything that we missed that you want us to know about or to add? I love the shout out to your mom. That made me very happy. But I think we got everything that we need. We're super excited about it. And we'll obviously share, images of me and my, what color is that green called?
It's called Palm.
Okay. Is that coming back for this season?
No, so we have all
limited edition.
Oh, can't get it.
Item.
Can't get it. That's why she got it when she could.
See, Sarah, I would have had regret. Yep. Okay.
We have all new colors, which is really exciting. About 5 new colors. And yeah, I mean, if you wanted a color last year, we still have some left over and we're still going to be selling it on the website. But
okay, great.
Collection we have. And then we might have a limited drop in December. So that's really exciting.
I'm excited about this one piece. I'm already picturing myself in it now, Sarah. I think I get so much joy from it, Sarah. And through the therapy that we've done together, Sarah is just enabling me now. She's like, if it makes you happy,
go
I'm
for it.
Just stand by it and support you.
Yeah. And now I'm realizing I could just borrow anything. So now it's gonna help me as well. But I'm actually very excited to see. Did you say that this season you're doing some of the butter yellow, maybe?
Yeah.
Is that this coming season? Because I've been looking for yellow because I have this like blue and white striped Fuzalp jacket that I love. And I have not been able to find butter yellow, the right butter yellow. So I can't wait to see this. So I'm very excited. So see, Nicole, I'll be buying something new too. Well, thank you so much. It was so fun to talk to you and learn all about your brand. And we can't wait to see these new drops and check out the site. And I'm sure Nicole will be all over it. Shopping, clicking, buying.
Yeah. Well, we will share links and wishing you so much success in the upcoming season. Thank you for sharing your brand story with us. And we are excited to see you on the slopes. I met Jordan at an event with Ursa Major, so combining so many brands we love. And she was just starting to launch. I don't think anything had launched yet the first time that we met.
No, because I think that was kind of like midsummer, maybe end of summer, and we had launched like end of September.
So I'm so excited to have you on the podcast. Hey, Ski Moms, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and got some great tips for your next family ski adventure. If you had as much fun listening as we did making this episode, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest episodes. And don't forget to rate and review us. Your feedback helps us bring you more of the content you love and helps other ski moms find our podcast. Plus, we love hearing from you. So whether you're on the slopes or just dreaming of your next snowy getaway, stay connected with us. Follow us on social media, share your favorite episodes with your friends, and let's keep this awesome community growing.
It's that time again. Ski season is officially kicking off, and the gear is starting to pile up. From new jackets and goggles to hand-me-down boots and helmets, it feels like every day something new is coming into the house. And before it all disappears into the ski lodge lost and found, we're labeling it with Mabel's labels. These personalized, durable labels stick to everything. Jackets, gloves, helmets, water bottles, even ski poles. And they stay stuck through snow, ice, washing machines, and the chaos of the ski lodge. Of course, Mabel's labels aren't just for ski season. They're perfect for all other sports and activities our kids are into. Soccer cleats, ballet shoes, hockey gear, art supplies, lunch boxes, you name it. They're laundry safe, dishwasher safe, and mom approved. And with the holidays coming up, they also make a thoughtful, practical gift or stocking stuffer. And because we love to share a good deal with our Ski Mom community, use code SKIMOMS for 15% off your order at mabelslabels.com. Some exclusions apply. Keep your gear out of the lost and found and keep your sanity. Mabel's Labels has you covered.